303, and I thought I would celebrate the 303. The TB303 was like a synth synthesizer that was invented by Roland that kind of by accident was used to make some acid bassline, and since then it stayed true whole dance music. It was in acid house in the early days, it was like everywhere, and they actually re-released the TB303, the 808 and the 909 now as hardware. They're a little bit expensive, but I think they could be fun machines to play with if you want to get your hands on some real stuff. So guys, this episode I will use a 303 synth alike. I'm going to use a real 303. I know Roland actually make a virtual version. If you know Roland, people, just send them to me. Yeah, get some freebie and use them. For now, I don't have it, so I'm going to pay tribute with the Logic Pro X instrument. And of course, I'll make a template for Logic Pro X Ableton and FL Studio with the music that is playing right now, which is the final result of this episode. So after I finish the episode, put on some more time, make this demo, and of course make the template for you guys. And I remind everybody that this show is presented by WeMakeDanceMusic.com. Guys, you have to check out WeMakeDanceMusic.com. It's a music resource for music producers who love to make music. So basically other producers make things so you can learn and move forward faster in your production. Maybe as an example is you have a lot of customers that come to you and they want you to write a specific genre of track and it's not really your thing. You can go onto our site, pick up a template, make it your own, deliver the product to the client, and boom, that's it. You just save yourself like maybe 20 hours of work and you're still gonna make your money. So we're kind of helping people to make different genres and stuff. There's over 14,000 products. You have to check it out at WeMakeDanceMusic.com. That's it. Oh, that's it. So now we're gonna get started, guys. What I've done is I basically loaded a few synths. I did like a really basic drum beat for you guys, so I'm not gonna go into the details of a kick, snare, and hat, you know, so it's there, so let's listen. I am using a TR909 to pay tribute to those classic Roland instruments. I mean, Roland is a legendary brand that inspired so many people. They make very, very good hardware synths, and you know, those machines that literally revolutionized dance music. I heard that there was some guys like Jeff Mills that was actually playing on turntable and having a 909 as a backup, and he was mixing those two together. I mean, freaking chapeau, man! Like this is some serious work. So I started my acid pattern, and this is most likely gonna be like a monotone, just one key. I might switch to 2 or 3, but you know, this is more about the pattern, the intonation, the automation. So the first one I started to modify it a bit earlier. You can find this one in Logic. It's, you know, it's cool, but once we're gonna go into, I'm at E, so we can also do different things. We're gonna really into the classic acid pattern because it's hypnotic and I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna pick this MIDI part here. So of course, I'm using MIDI to trigger the synth. I will go into the synth and I will show you the patterns that I will be modifying. So always better when start exactly on time. Drop the volume a little bit. So for this ACID thing in Alchemy here, I'm gonna go straight into ARP here, and then you can see there's different keys, different velocity, and there's also tune, you know, which you can see here. So let's say I would just add a part that's gonna be very tweaky. So there's a lot of glide. You can really hear that when I had a part. Not sure about the low here. I think I'm gonna go more. So you can go here, of course, you can go in the velocity part here and play with those a lot. Really flatten it and then play with them a little bit. So I don't necessarily like the first little part here, so I will drop it like completely 0. So it's still there, so it's gonna be just here. I'm gonna restart a brand new pattern, like I said, because I want something original. I don't want something that's gonna be the same as what was there before. I'm gonna go into tune, up tune it. Not 100% certain what those keys are triggering. Can play with the pan a little bit, not really. Swing, not really either. So there's definitely other part that we can tweak now. So the length of the part, octave. I think we're gonna stay there. 116 definitely, because if we go higher, it's gonna be a bit of a mess. We could go 1.8, but I don't think it's gonna work very well. There's some swing here. Oof, this is going a little bit too much offbeat. And again, guys, this is real time, so I'm making it as we go. Techno pattern. No, not so much, because I just created this pattern, so this is also cool, but affect anything. Note velocity, a little bit more velocity can make it nice. Okay, so now we can go into our parts here. What I would like to do too is I would like to sidechain it, so I'm just gonna bounce a little bit more into the beat. I'm gonna go to bus. Pick the kick here. I guess this is it. Oh, this kick one. Instrument. Bit of a higher ratio. Punch it. I like this. It's chunky. It has definitely a vibe. If I really want to put, I would say, some grease onto it, I'm gonna go into channel EQ. Not channel EQ, I'm gonna go into EQs, vintage tube stereo. I'm gonna turn it into a bigger synth by applying a big synth effect here. Definitely had some grease in there, which is nice. Can play with the resonance a little bit. Multi-wave. So I wanted to keep it as classic kind of style as possible. So I'll keep it this way. So I like this as a start. What I'm going to do for the second part is I'm going to use the same kind of acid idea, but I'm going to use a classic sound. I'm going to go to ARP. I'm going to do a really quick pattern like the one you heard earlier. Use that to get a little bit of a vibe, like a bass vibe in there. Maybe a bit lower. Oh, I think I'm already quite low. I'll give it a try. Oh So I like this kind of idea of this, and then I loaded another one here, which is very greasy, which I will take the same part and I will bring it up a bit. You must know this if you've heard that in some track somewhere, guaranteed. So again, I definitely prefer Alchemy because I'm gonna go into Alchemy right away. Jesus, it's so greasy. And like to drop the sidechain onto this part too, so I'm going to take it and copy it like this, super simple. I'll probably drop the 2BQ on there too, here we go. So we have really kind of like a chunky feel. So this is nice. I think there's a bit too much frequency in there, so I'm going to select what I want to hear. Mostly the top above 1K, let's say. I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I'm gonna start building more of an idea of a track. So this, not super keen on. I think I will have to work on it. Maybe change the pattern a little bit, but we can start working on something with these parts. I'm gonna bring on some classic drum element into the track now. So I have the toms. I would probably use the congas first. So those are such classic. Remind me was going in raves in the early 1990s. This may be a bit closer. So I don't want to replicate exactly what was the genre, but I want to pay tribute to it, you know, with what we have here. Where is the root key of this? Oh, it's lower actually. Clap would also be welcome in there. Probably at the first or in the middle here. I'm obviously quite low in the registry. Let's put a bit of delay on that. Give it a bit of dimension. So I would like to go and play a little bit with this acid pattern here. I think I'm just gonna start dropping automation, but before I'm gonna create a bit of a longer part here. I'm gonna check the time. I'm gonna make it into a 2-minute track already, so I can start working on the arrangement and building the ideas. I want to keep it basic and simple, however, I really want to get something cool out of it, something, I wouldn't say different, but I'm going to touch, start tweaking a little bit, see how it reacts to. That's very cool. Let's see how we can manage this. Do a simple on off, like in out slowly, building it here. I think this would sound great with a delay, which there was a delay in the 808 that we can try to kind of keep the feel. Not quite wide enough in my opinion, so I'm gonna go into delay. I'm gonna do a stereo delay, super basic. Did I put it on the, I think I put it on the Synth. Not what I wanted to do, guys. I wanted to put it on the Synth, so I'm gonna do a bus here, bus 7. I'll take my delay, I'm gonna drop it on there, oof, a bit better. Put the mix 100% here, then I have good control over what I send to it. So let's do another peak that's gonna get a little bit higher here. And maybe a bit lower here. And then let's say that we repeat the sequence here. A little bit, so it goes from here. This one will go to about 40%. Let's say that if we loop it or not, I'll leave it there. I think I can open it more. Because it's fun when it's in the upper part. It really shines this kind of 303 kind of thing. So if we continue along this line of like the feel of those years, you know, I think like a pad, but a very simple kind of evolving pad in the background would do very good. This is also cool. I think I'll go into the pattern of this one and check what we have. I think I'm probably gonna bring it back to something a bit more regular. I could just go play in the preset a little bit. Turn this off. Nah, not really. So I'm gonna keep this like it is. I'm gonna turn this off completely. This is a live show, so this is what happened. You need coffee in a live show, that's for sure. So the ACID bassline is fairly easy to do. However, now, if you want really, you know, to do something fresh, you know, let's say I'm gonna go into a retro synth. Simple analog synth, I'm gonna go into the pads. Just pick like something. This is odd that, there's nothing playing because the filter is on. No? Okay. Cap is there, channel EQ is there, okay, everything is good. Maybe choose the next one. This is fairly odd, I would say there's something coming, but this one is working, okay. Okay, I lost it again, so this is weird that it's playing and now it's not playing. Okay, we're having some technical problem with this synth now. So I play one key and it disappears. Oh, maybe there's some automations in there. No, there's no automation. Okay, I will then just try another synth. I'm gonna go into Alchemy again, maybe it's gonna work. And then I'll go back to this maybe. gonna do classic. Lots of classic in there. I'm gonna do pads. That. Whoa, there was a lot of keys that went in there that were not supposed to. Oh well, with the magic of media editing. I'm gonna fix this. Tune. Okay, that was about. So this. I'm really trying to get the feel of a certain genre without too much complexity, not too much big melodies, not too many things. It's fairly difficult to keep it simple like this. I'm gonna remove this tube EQ because I want it to be actually 10. I think I'm gonna try to bring it an octave higher. It's actually nice there. So I'm thinking, okay, that starts to sound interesting. This we don't have yet figured out. I think I'm gonna try to pick up another pattern. Some interesting ACID kind of patch. I'm starting to like this. Little addition of this in there. I'm gonna open the filter and bring a bit more chunk to it. Ooh. bit. We have the subs here, which I will put more emphasis on here, which is a vibe. It's a good vibe. And then you have this pattern here on top, and then with this, the ACID pattern there. Very cool. I think we're gonna have to mix these parts. I'm thinking now that I have this, you know, ACID vibe, I think I want to bring it forward a little bit. Before this, I'm gonna go into the 808 down here. I'm gonna drop a shaker from there. There's some shakers here. Boom. Really quick shaker action. And yes, I'm gonna make it full like this. Oh. I'm gonna make it full like this, and then I will edit it and of course design it. This is a very important part of our job as music producers, to make things sound amazing. Oh, that was a great addition to the groove. So listening to this, I'm going to apply another little trick that I have. Is I want to take my compressor that I have here and drop it onto the shaker here. Boom. So now it's going to compress heavily. I'm going to put an even higher ratio to really push it. Maybe a bit of distortion. No. I'm going to drop the volume a little bit on the gain here. So thinking it would be great to maybe actualize this a little bit with a bit of an ARP, you know, a bit of kind of a melodic techno ARP. So I think we'll do that. I'm gonna go into retro synth this time. I'm gonna create here like a very simple chord, like an octave chord. So first key plus 12 and first key minus 12. Or the root key if you prefer, minus 24 to minus 12. Then I'm gonna go into my MIDI effects, drop an Arpegiator, use the default most of the time. Then I'm gonna build a sound that will hopefully work with what we have. I think it was a good start, guys. Whoa, it just really took off now. We seem to have that problem again with the MIDI. I'm gonna check to make sure it's not exceeding the length. Sometimes it does that. Actually, we can make the MIDI much longer. Maybe that will. Something either with the processing or so it's not triggering, it's triggering just for 3 seconds and then it goes off. And then the second MIDI part doesn't trigger. Wow, this is fairly odd, guys. What do you do when that happens? You just do another ARP with retro with Alchemy then, because if this doesn't work, we're gonna go in here and I'm gonna pick one. It's gonna be pretty easy. I'm gonna do all and 1 9 Sunrise 1984. I think there's an interesting ARP in there somewhere. Working with this one, lovely. So I'm bringing this track a bit more into, let's say, this decade, the 2020s. Probably bring a bit more of the mid-lows in here, not so much, but some, so we can really have some frequencies from the ARP. Drop it a little bit. Since I still have a bit of time, guys, I'm gonna probably just build a bit of an intro with you guys. There's definitely some more work to do on percussions, and of course I will make a template. It's gonna be a lot more advanced. Now I'm wondering, I think I'm gonna start drumless, you know, straight up with just the instruments. This ARP is nice. I'm gonna have to automate it, so touch, go into Alchemy here, drop the filter. I think those two together are pretty cool. Not sure about the shaker there, so I'll take care of this in a second. This is one of the things about those acid tracks is without a drum it sounds kind of cool, but the moment the drums hits, it's just changed completely the feel of the track. Of course I sidechained it too, you know, that does make a huge difference. So guys, this is gonna be it for this episode 303 of your live electronic music tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm having a lot of fun doing these, guys. Check out the other 302 episodes. If you get a second, smash that like button. And until next time, may the sounds be with you.